factorising quadratics. We're going to start off by trying to factorise x squared plus 5x plus 6. This expression is called a quadratic because it's got an x squared term, and it'll usually also have an x term and a number with no x, although these aren't necessary. You would most often see this type of expression when you've just expanded double brackets. Indeed, factorising is the reverse process of multiplying out double brackets, and it is writing this quadratic as the product of two factors, in this case linear factors. So how do we do it? Well, we start thinking about, if you do expand brackets, how would you get x squared? Well, if you put x in the first bracket and x in the second bracket, when you expand that out, x times x is going to give you x squared, which is what you want to have. Well, what about the other terms in the bracket? I'll show you why this works at the end, but I'll just show you the method now, how to do it. We use a method called team to find out what these two numbers will be here, and then we can expand it to check if they're right or not. So what does team mean? T stands for times, or multiply, and E for end. So we're going to look for two numbers which times to give the end number, which in this case is 6. So what two numbers times to give 6? We will also then look to see what two numbers add to give the middle number, the coefficient of x, the number in front of the x. So team tells us we're looking to find two numbers which times to give the end number 6 and add to give the middle number 5. You might know the answer, but if you don't, you just write a list. 6 times 1. Do they multiply to give 6? Obviously. But do they add to give 5? No, they don't. Then try another one. 3 times 2. Do they multiply to give 6? Yes. Do they add to give 5? They do as well. So the two numbers are plus 3 and plus 2. And why does that work? Well, when we expand out our bracket, the x will be multiplied by 2 to give a 2x. The 3 will be multiplied by x to give a 3x. And altogether, those two numbers, the 2 and the 3, add to give the 5x. So that's why we had the add to give 5. And the final term, the 3 times the 2, they multiply together to give 6. And that's where the 6 comes from. And this expression here, when we simplify it, it gives x squared plus 5x plus 6. So we know that our answer here is correct by expanding it out. Let's try that again in example 2. So here we have x squared plus 5x minus 14. Because it's a quadratic, you can identify that it's going to be double brackets expanded to give you that expression. And it'll be x times x will give you the x squared at the start. To find the other two numbers, we use our team. So we're looking to times to give the end number. In this case is minus 14. And adds to give the middle number, which in this case again is plus 5. So we write down how to get minus 14. We could do 1 times minus 14, 2 times minus 7, 3 doesn't fit in, 4 doesn't fit in, 5 doesn't fit in, keep going, 7 times minus 2, and 14 times minus 1. So there's 4 combinations, and you identify which one adds to give positive 5. And the answer is this one here. That's our answer. So we put those two values into the bracket. It doesn't matter which order you choose. It would still expand out and give the correct answer. So plus 7 and minus 2. If you're not sure, expand it out like before and you should end up with this answer. Example 3. We have to factorise x squared minus 9x plus 20. So because it's 1x squared, a quadratic, we can write our double brackets. And we know it's going to be x and x because they will multiply together to give the leading x squared term. To get these two numbers, we use a team. Times to give the n number. In this case, that is times to give 20. And add to give the middle number, which in this case is they're adding to give minus 9. So we could write down, how do we get 20? 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. Now, none of those we're going to add to give minus 9. And that's because we have to also think of the possibilities that two negatives multiplied together could give positive 20. So minus 1 times minus 20 would give 20. Minus 2 times minus 10 would give positive 20. And minus 4 times minus 5 would give minus 20. Sorry, positive 20. Now, if we look for the answer, these two add together to give minus 9. So we put those in, minus 4 and minus 5. Again, if you want to check, you can put expand that out using the claw or a foil. A few variations then. What about this? Well, this is also a quadratic. So you could also just use the same technique. It'll be x and x to get the x squared term. When we use team, it's slightly different. The n number is minus 16. The middle number, we're looking to add to give the middle number. There is none. So we're looking at two numbers which add together to give 0. So what two numbers times together to give minus 16 and add to give 0? Well, that would be 4 and minus 4. They times to give minus 16 and add to give 0. So you put in plus 4 and minus 4. There's a quick way to do that question. You can go straight from the question to the answer without team by identifying if you've got a squared number minus another square number. That's called the difference of two squares. And you can square root the x squared to put in x and x. Square root the 16 to get 4 and 4. And put 1 as a plus and 1 as a minus. That only works, however, when you've got a squared number minus a squared number, i.e. the difference of two squares. And number 5, what about x squared plus 4x? Well, in this case, it's not double brackets. The first step you should always take with quadratics, and it didn't work on any of the previous examples, but the first thing you're looking to do is to find a factor. It just so happened to be, in example 1, there's nothing common between all three, 6, 5x and x. There's nothing common between x squared, 5x and minus 14. And I could do that for all of them. There's nothing common, so I couldn't bring out a common factor. But here, I can. X is common to both of these terms. So I write down x, and then brackets, and then I can write down x plus 4. And that's just factorising using a single bracket. If we expand it out, we can see that they are the same. X times x will give x squared, and x times 4 will give 4x. So always remember, can you factorise? Can you bring out a common factor first? Do that. And if not, then you're probably going to look at reversing the claw, reversing the foil method, and using team to do so.